Welcome to a very special edition of Instigating with Clarkey and Drury. I'm here with Clarkey. Who would have ever thought that we would be doing a live game with you in it, Clarkey? How are you feeling before the game here? You have a big job here, man. You're the starting goaltender.
I got all this equipment. I just got to stand there and hope to hell that I stop the puck. Like, really, it's, I don't know if you've been watching game one, but I had to get to the washroom because I was worried. Wow. I was kind of worried. It's kind of good hockey, and I'm used to guys shooting at me like my boss here next door to me who's 40-something, like not 20-year-olds. And this is a bunch of 20-year-olds, 30-year-olds. It could be a little more intense than my Sunday morning men's hockey. Could be.
What are the odds if we were to play a Jerry's percentages, as the overdrive guys like to say, on over or under 6.5 goals allowed? You're playing half the game, correct?
Yes, I plan on playing half the game.
He plans on playing.
However, I might pull a Patrick Waugh halfway through.
Wow.
And pull myself. If the coach doesn't pull me and I'm getting lit, I'm going to go tell him I'm out.
So you're telling me right now that if your defensemen don't help you keep it under 6.5 goals, you're going to pull a Patrick Waugh and leave the net?
Well, we got the good thing is we got a bunch of really good defensemen, and they promised me they're going to be blocking shots.
They're going to block shots for you.
Blocking shots. They've told me all this. They're going to stay at home. They're going to be clearing rebounds. I'm so confident in my defensemen. I really think we'll be okay.
You must be really popular at work for these guys to be willing to block shots for you in a charity hockey game, Clarkey.
So, I'm new, right? Like, I've only been here for, like, well, I don't know. I think I'm off probation, but I'm not. We'll see how the game goes.
We'll see how the game goes.
Exactly. So, but yeah, I mean, it can get a little tense out there at times. Like the first game, there was a lot of hitting. Like I didn't think we were hitting today, but there's hitting out there. But no, I'm confident. There's Jarrett Baker. Jarrett Baker's our star player right there. Yep. Watch for him. He's going to be great.
So with the physicality that you've now witnessed in the first game, is it safe to say that we can expect a couple Billy Smith hacks from you in the blue paint?
Well, here's the deal. Jordan Biddington last night, Corey Perry, did you see that? The best thing about a goalie is you can get physical and you can swing at a guy because your team's going to come and protect you and you don't have to go right. So, like, if I swing at a guy, everyone will jump in and help me. I know they will. So
what you're telling me is that swinging it back to the golf pick fiasco a little while ago, you're reverting back to the cowardly lion. You're going to take a swing at a guy and hope that your teammates come and help you out, like on the playground when the teacher would come and break up a fight.
That's what teammates are for. Right. If you haven't figured that out, that's what teammates are for.
Yeah.
They'll come and help.
They're there to bail you out of getting punched.
Yeah, but what do you mean by the cowardly lion thing? Like, it was fine.
Absolutely nothing. Great pregame. We're excited for you.
Producer Adam, here's what a goalie's got to go through. So I'm halfway through getting dressed, got the pad still, getting the skates on right now. The biggest thing is all my braces. That's what takes the most time. I have knee braces on both knees and arm braces and foot braces, and yeah.
Should you be going in the net? This sounds like a disaster waiting to happen.
Well, it is. It is a disaster waiting to happen. But I'm going to have fun. I'm just going to go out there and have fun. That's what it's all about. Coach Pete Scrivens is going to tell us before the game it's all about fun. So we'll hear his speech before the game, and it'll be great.
He looks serious, though. I don't feel like it is all about fun to him. I feel like you're getting the wrong read of the room here. I think these guys want to win, and you're playing it pretty loose here.
Well, if they can't take a joke, then whatever.
Well, we hope his performance isn't a joke. We're going to check in with you after the game. I'm hoping, I have confidence in you. Believe it or not, I actually have faith in you. I think you're going to keep it to under 6.5. I bet somebody outside, so you better not cost me $20, all right?
6.5. Cody, what do you think?
Under 6.5.
Like for total? Or?
Yeah. Total goals that he lets in. Under 6.5. Under? Wow, that was a confident under. That was a confident under. I'm confident in you. Don't cost me $20, buddy.
The other goalie just said, I just heard him. He probably didn't know I heard him, but he just said, for sure it's going to be over.
Agats is going to get a huge workout tonight because he's going to have to come in midway through the first.
Exactly. Get ready, Matt. You're coming in early.
All right. You heard it here. That's the running bet. Under 6.5. We're going to see how it works out for Clarkey post-game.
Time has come to show who is the best of the rest. Back in my day, the only thing I worried about was my boys. But I'm not worried about you boys. You can handle them. So let's show them. And by the way, who is Jarrett Baker? Anyways, all the best, guys. You can do it. And I'll have this. Right wing, Max Carter. There you go. Left wing, Jarrett Baker. Center, Sean McCann. And Snake and Buchanan, Bucker are on defense. All the best.
Between the pipes.
Between the pipes is Chris. Anyways, have fun, guys.
Welcome to this special production brought to you by Instigating with Clarkey and Drury, and of course Whiteman TV. Ryan Drury here, the voice of the Guelph Storm, but tonight I'm the voice of this fantastic community event at the South Huron Rec Center, home of the Exeter Hawks of the PJHL, and this community event put together by 4 local businesses to benefit the Huron County Foodbank Distribution Center. And we are going to watch now tonight's second contest. The first game here on Tractor taking on McCann's, and now Clarkey's HMP Huron Motor Products taking on Jayden's Mechanical. We'll get the ceremonial puck drop done. And I'm alongside producer Adam Olivero here with me on color tonight. You're a jack of all trades in the broadcasting world, Adam.
I can't do the play-by-play, but I can certainly try and do color for you, Ryan.
You absolutely can. Now, we're excited about this. We've been talking about this for a couple weeks now. We previewed it on the show. We've set the over-under for Clarkey's allowed goals at 6.5. I love that the bells are tolling already for Clarkey. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but Clarkey, we tried to strap him up, too, with a mobile mic and earpiece unit. I don't think he can hear us, but we're interested to see if they can keep it under 6.5, and HMP in with an early offside here. Unable to get it cleanly through neutral, and here comes Jayden's Mechanical with a hard shot, and Clarkey got a piece of that with the blocker.
Yep.
Good early start for Clarkey. You want to feel the puck early. Good shot block there. And good early start for our guy in net.
Good early start, but not a good start for his teammates. Oh, they need to be exiting the zone cleanly and efficiently, and they have not actually done that in this first almost 2 minutes of the game so far. So I think they need to actually get their act together, get some defense. Well, they've got some good defense going, but get some offense going, exit the zone cleanly.
Jayden's Mechanical winning that draw, but it's poked out quickly, and here come the HMP squad screaming down the ice. Hard shot, they score!
Wow, what did I say? They need to exit cleanly, and they heard my advice apparently, because they got that done the very next shift. What a good score. What a snapshot. I didn't quite see. Was that 5-hole?
That was Bryson, looked low blocker.
Oh, okay.
He ripped that home, and it's 1-0 HMP off the back of 2 early stops from Clarkey.
Wow.
Don't think we can give him an assist, though.
No.
Guys out there, good feed right through the neutral zone. Hard shot right to the crest. Clarkey is 3 for 3.
That is a good save. He saw that cleanly all the way through and trapped it. Good move by Clarkey to hold on to that. He'll have a face-off on the far side.
7:32 to go here in the first period, and again, we're having fun here watching our buddy in net. His pro debut on TV. Well, pro might be a strong word, Adam, but Pretty incredible stuff here, but again, this whole event, look at the stands here. They're absolutely packed. Everybody in Exeter coming out to support the Huron County Foodbank Distribution Center. They have raised and collected a ton of food out in the front lobby here at the South Huron Rec Center. It's really incredible stuff, the amount of food that's been brought in. HMP with a good chance in front, loose, knocked away. Held pretty good wide open action so far, and Clarkey's team, they're up 1-0.
And he's doing a great job in there, Clarkey is. Standing tall in the goal, and they'll have a face-off just outside
I'm
of
very,
the HMP zone.
very impressed with Clarkey's positioning.
Yep.
He looks calm out there. He was selling himself short before the game, like he didn't think he was going to do a good job. HMP back on the attack here near side. Played down the half wall, looking to play it into the middle, and that's cut off, and James Mechanical will chip and chase the other direction. Quick 3-on-1 developing here down low. Shot, scores! Clarkey couldn't do anything with that one. That's a cheddar shredder upstairs, and Jayden's Mechanical have tied this at 1.
What a shot that was. You said it thus perfectly, Ryan. That was up high. Clarkey was caught down low, and it just went up just over his glove side there.
Believe that was 95 Brock Horner on that snipe. Glove side over Clarkey's shoulder, and we are all tied up. And now a breakaway the other way for HMP, right in, scores! McCann down low. He beats Miners, and it's 2-1 HMP.
What a play. They caught him. He got caught. Well, he caught the defense behind the defense, and there was a good stretch pass there by the HMP defense. Saw his player farther up at the blue line and gave them the release to get going and get in there. And we have a 2-1 game now with 5:26 left to go in the first.
So McCann gets the lead back for HMP, and they're right back in. Hard shot, they score! It's 3-1 HMP. Little late on the goal horn, but it is 3-1. Trust me, as that one beat Miners far side.
Well, you saw the Twine shift there. He whipped that one in there. That was a hard wrist shot.
Tough one for anyone to stop with that kind of heat behind it. In the neutral zone, and here comes the Jayden's Mechanical squad. Hard shot, big save by Clarkey. Rebounds loose in the slot. And another big kick save and a beauty from Clarkey. How about our boy in net?
That was beautiful saves there. He saw those coming all the way through. Jayden needs to get some traffic in front if they want to put
another kick save. Clarkey's putting the work in. We're going to have to get him some rub A5-3-5. After this performance, he makes another save. Incredible stuff from Clarkey. He is keeping that biscuit out of there. Man, he is not going to work tomorrow. I'll tell you that right now. He is not going to work. Another shot in there, and that's blocked by the defenders. This will trickle out of the zone, and he gets it taken right back off him. Another kick save, rebound was there for a second. Clarkey's on top of it. 2:12 to go in the first. 3-1 lead for HMP, and Clarkey, I'm not even joking right now. I'm not just saying this. He's been the star of the game so far.
He has. He's been keeping his team in this game. He's made 4 really good saves in a row that all could have been easy goals.
I don't know if it's that it's you that's here, that it's me that's here, maybe a combo of both. He's really playing well. HMP right back in. Hard crash to the front of the net, and the net comes off. And the whistle will blow as Miners held his ground nicely there.
He tried to...
Cleared off the boards, and now back into the offensive zone. Here comes HMP. Hard charging, thrown toward the front, loose there for just a moment. And it goes in. They're going to call that a goal.
Yep.
Miners thought he had that on the glove side, could not quite secure it, and that will be knocked in by Bryson. That'll be his second goal of the contest already.
Well, you know, when you
play Freebird.
Yeah, when you try to trap the puck and you go over the line, it's still a goal. So we learned that in the NHL just the other night.
Yes, we did.
Like I was saying, Jayden needs to get some traffic in front. They're playing way too far out.
They're not taking Clarkey's eyes away, that's for sure.
He's seen these coming in from a far distance away.
I mean, he's old enough that he definitely has some vision problems. So if they can just get in front of him, they could maybe mine for some goals, but the first period will tick away with HMP up 4-1. And that gentleman skating to the bench from the crease, Mr. Chris Clark, our buddy. What a performance.
No kidding, what a performance. Wow. He only let in one goal. There was one sequence of plays where he made 4 or 5 saves in a row. They kept just attacking him. And after that attack that Jayden had, HMP took over the rest of the period pretty much after that.
Clarkey held them in there.
Yep.
9:40 to go here in the middle frame. Hard shot right off the faceoff. They score. It's Beauchamp. And it is 5-1 HMP. And Clarkey's teammates are pouring it on now. And the good news for Jayden's Mechanical is there's lots of hockey left.
Yes.
The bad news is they're down 4 now, Adam.
Oh, yeah. And that, I could almost positively say, that's a set play. That's something that these guys have done before when they're playing hockey for fun. Definitely that was a set play to snap it right off like that.
Hard off the glass, good holding at the line. High shot there, and Clarkey gloves that down. That had some heat behind it.
That did. We could heard the snap into the glove, and he saw that all the way. So again, Jayden's not taking away Clarkey's eyes, right? And it seems that all the HMP goals have come on quick rushes or right off the faceoff for that last one we had.
They got some great team speed, Adam.
They do.
I'll say that.
Yeah.
At least 3 of their goals have come in transition off the rush, including the opener.
And that amazing breakaway goal in the first period, too.
Absolutely, yeah, McCann's goal. Although with his performance so far, I'd be confident he might stop it. He's going to get a test here. Here comes Jayden's Mechanical. Fires. Clarkey makes the save.
Nice.
Can you believe this guy?
I think he was just egging us on. I don't think I'm going to do that well, Kind of being the ringer. Maybe Clarkey's the ringer. Maybe that's why
Maybe Clarkey is the ringer. He just robbed Ryan Gibbings. Little late rebound. He got right on top of it.
Yep.
Clarkey doing a great job just managing his posts. He's holding his position well. I'm really impressed, I gotta say. Here comes Jayden's Mechanical in cleanly on Clarkey. Fires, big save. Clarkey turned that away with the left arm.
He was set up perfectly for that.
Holy cow, that time robbing Lucas Tornstra, who has the lone goal for Jayden's Mechanical so far. Poke checked away, good defensive stick from Jayden's Mechanical, and they'll get it through neutral. Hard charging in with a wide open lane on Clarkey. Oh, off the post! And Clarkey sprawls out to get the rebound. Inches away, Tanner Hurdle. He beat Clarkey clean, but he couldn't beat the post.
No, and it almost went off Clarkey's back and in. He was just lucky. It bounced just the right way, and he reached around and found it.
He's got to turn around and give the post a little pat there. He was his best friend there.
Good puck awareness there by Clarkey.
Wow. Inches away from getting a second goal, but Jayden's Mechanical will have to wait. Clean win, back to the point. Fired, that hit a man in front. Jayden's Mechanical still on it, held in at the point. That will be poked free, and now a wide open lane to charge in for Beauchamp, who has scored. Right in front, scores!
Wow.
McCann in front finds some loose change. It's 6-1 for Clarkey and HMP, and the coaching staff on the Huron Motor Products bench is mighty happy right now.
No kidding. And McCann really did a good job of taking what ended up being a broken pass and a broken play and turning that into a goal. There's not too many players in any league that could do that. They see the puck. They can't see. He has real good puck awareness there, McCann.
Good chip play to get it away from the net, and at this point, that's all they need to do. And now a turnover here. HMP looking to add to their lead. Oh, what a big save
that
there.
Was a good save. Wow, stack the pads.
Miners going full. Marty Turco there with the old school stack 'em up. And he keeps us at 6-1. Now we're going to get a penalty. HMP is going to go shorthanded here, and Jayden's Mechanical getting an absolutely needed power play. They need something to steer the momentum the other way, and is Clarkey's night over? There's 4:39 left in the second, and I'm not sure if he's heading to the bench or not. Yes, he is. Agats is going to come in and relieve Clarkey after a stellar performance from our guy.
Yes.
He made at least 15, 16 stops, only let one in. We had the over-under we were way off.
Way
the
off.
Vegas bookmakers would be furious with us. 6.5 is what we set it at, and he can go to the bench and feel awful good about the work he did. We'll see if Eggets can keep it up in the blue paint. He's going to have to here with Jayden's Mechanical on a power play. Knocked away from him, but held in the zone. Jayden's Mechanical looking to shuffle this free. They've got it thrown toward the net, and that will be stopped. Eggets doing his job in place of the star, Mr. Clark.
Good job by Eggets, absolutely.
So Clarkey, of course, for Huron Motor Products, he's in sales. We know his favorite team's the Leafs. He's got Wendell Clark here as his favorite athlete. I'm actually surprised he didn't put Mike Palmatier.
Right.
And I'll tell you what, Mike Palmatier would be very proud of the performance Clarkey put in tonight.
Absolutely.
I know that'll make him happy that I said that. Hard slapper there from Jayden's Mechanical at the point, and that was stopped by Eggets. Now a turnover in the high slot. HMP looking to get that out. They can't. Could that cost them here? Low backhand shot. Rebounds there, and that didn't go.
How did that not go in? There was a wide open cage.
That was something. Eggets was dead to rights, and somehow that did not go in. Dickens, very effective player for Jayden's Mechanical. He fires. That's blocked. Swinging through the neutral zone, nearly turned over. That was dangerous, but HMP able to dodge a bullet there, and they've got good numbers back as here comes Jayden's Mechanical. Low shot, they score. Hard low shot from Ty Morrison. It is 6-2 with 1:06 to go in the second. Will that spark a comeback from Jayden's Mechanical?
They got to play really smart. They have to get in front of the lane. They got lucky with that one on a turnover and just a quick snapshot. But they've got to get some plays going here. They've got to get set up, get in front of the HMP goalie.
Played back toward the point. Hard shot. High shoulder save from Eggets. It's still loose, and Eggets collapses down on top of it.
What a good play by Eggets there. Wow. And yeah, he came in with speed, the Jayden's Mechanical player. Big time speed there. And if I could give one piece of advice to Coach Peter there for HMP, stop doing the dish passes that are long. I've seen 3 or 4 that Jayden's has played really, really well and stopped. Keep those passes on the ice, I think.
Yeah, they're picking off those long floating stretch passes.
Yep.
And you've got a 4-goal lead. You just got to be responsible with the puck. Just like that. High and hard off the glass. And here comes McCann giving chase. Knifed away from him. Looking for support. Trying to dangle his way through. Keeps control of the puck. Thrown to the front. Chance right in there. Miners with a big save. He'll cover that up.
That was really close. There was a really good defensive play. I don't know who it was on Jayden's that came over. But man, did that HMP player have all the time in the world, and the Jayden's player just got his stick in there in the last second to stop that from going in.
So the goalie who came in for Clarkey, Matt Eggets, wearing 33 tonight, his nickname's Eggo. That's a good one. As Jayden's Mechanical looking to stretch the ice here and get in on the attack. Trying to get something in there. Big save from Eggets.
That was a weird hopping puck, too, and Eggets had to keep track of that real close.
Eggo made a big save there. He's from Stratford, Ontario. He played for the Stratford Warriors AA Major Bantam program. He's in sales at HMP. Thrown to the front, big stick, saved by Eggets. Still loose, another big save, and Eggets covers up.
That was an amazing sequence. I thought they had Eggets beat dead to rights, but Eggets stretched it with the blocker and got a piece of it. Wow. Okay, so maybe both of them are ringers. Their goalies are the ringers.
Beauchamp, his favorite team is Montreal. Clarkey, I'm sure, hates that. His favorite athlete, Sidney Crosby, who I love when he puts on a Canada jersey. Or maybe even volunteer and help them out at events like this.
Oh, I'm sure they'd appreciate any help they can get.
Eggets, that puck squeaked loose. Quick whistle from the official. Jayden's Mechanical won't be a fan of that.
No, they're not too happy with that. But HMP is doing a great job there, just when you were talking about the good work the Foodbank is doing in this area of keeping their sticks in the shooting lanes. Man, were they taking away a lot of the shooting lanes and passes from the Jayden's players. They're playing a great game.
Jayden's Mechanical needs something, and something quick. Hard shot, and that just deflected wide. Thrown to the front, they score. It's 6-3, and that's Brock Horner right on the doorstep to slam that home. And as Justin Bieber says, never say never, but they're going to need 3 quickly.
Quickly. It may be too little too late, maybe.
I love this. His favorite athlete is Reg Dunlop from Slapshot. We love that.
Oh, yeah.
Thrown to the front, bad scramble in front of Agats, finally covered up. 26.5 left. Max Carter, they call him Mad Max. He's from right here in Exeter. He played for the South Huron Sabres in juvenile. A tight-knit group for sure, and it showed on the ice here tonight, but more importantly, a tight-knit community here in Exeter coming together and donating a ton of food for the Huron County Foodbank Distribution Center. Kudos to everybody that organized this event, the whole community for coming out, just incredible stuff. Kudos to you, Adam, for coming and covering this for Instigating and Whiteman.
And you
really
too, Ryan.
great.
Yeah.
This has been fantastic, and that'll do it. A 6-3 victory for Clarkey and Huron Motor Products, and as he gets ready to come off the bench and congratulate his team, I think everybody is thrilled and blown away by the performance of the wily veteran, Chris Clark. How about his performance here tonight?
Oh, man, he had an amazing half of the game that he played. Agats then came in and just shut the door as well, too, only letting 2 goals. And Agats let in, and he faced some real difficult shots. Clarkey did too, but Agats also faced some real difficult shots too.
I'm floored by how well Clarkey played, and I don't say that lightly. And I'm not trying to be funny here. I'm very impressed by what we saw out of our buddy here tonight.
I'm just recalling that section where he had 4 snaps in a row he had to save, and he was all over the crease saving those.
That was pretty special stuff, man. I'm floored by the performance. I will give him, with no sarcasm at all, the first star of the game tonight. He was spectacular.
He was.
I mean, his team scored first. They went up early, 1-0, and then he held them in there as they made their journey to 2-1, 3-1. During that period, he made some gigantic stops, and I'm not even being funny here. Clarkey, he was the backbone of this team tonight.
Oh, he was. Absolutely he was. And then the team just fed off of that, right? There was the 3 quick goals in a row in the first period, and that's almost all that HMP needed to win this game.
Absolutely incredible stuff. Well, Adam, it was a pleasure to be able to call the game with you here tonight.
Thank you.
At the South Huron Rec Center in Exeter. Again, a tremendous job by the whole community as everybody's filing out, looking to have some fun in the lobby. And in that lobby, there is a mountain of food donated to the Huron County Foodbank Distribution Center. Absolutely awesome stuff. And that was the whole point of this event, was to get everybody together around a fun time here at the rink, which we certainly had, and I'm sure Clarkey did too. I'm sure he's thrilled with his TV appearance. But the point of tonight was the great fundraising effort that took place, and I think everybody should be overjoyed with the amount of food that was donated. Got to chat with Mary Ellen Zielman, who is the executive director of the distribution center. She was absolutely thrilled with what happened here tonight. Really incredible stuff. And again, if you want to get involved, maybe volunteer with them at events like this, help out at the distribution center, or more importantly, donate money. They'll take money, they'll take checks or food items. Find out more on the Huron County Foodbank Distribution Center website. You can just Google that. It'll take you right to it, and they will give you all the information necessary to make a donation.
Wherever you are, there is likely a food bank. So if you're watching this somewhere that's not Huron County, find out. Go talk to your local municipality. Help out. The food banks are needed in our areas.
Absolutely, man. Well said. Well, Adam, great job tonight. It was great to have you alongside me here rocking the color and also running the cameras. Adam, while talking, was running the cameras. Jack of all trades here. Producer Adam's the absolute best. For myself, Ryan Drury, for Clarkey, and everybody here at Instigating with Clarkey and Drury and Whiteman TV, thanks for tuning in. Well, welcome back to Instigating with Clarkey and Drury, and
Well, come on.
I gotta say, and you'll hear it on the broadcast. By the way, Adam's gonna have this entire game that's gonna air. The entirety of the game is gonna air at a different time on Whiteman. So you'll be able to watch the full game. I'm sure you and your teammates will be thrilled with the highlights. I was very nice to everybody. I read off all the bios you gave me.
Yeah.
So everybody will be happy with that.
Good.
Some really impressive performances. I thought Beauchamp was great.
Yeah.
I thought McCann was great.
Yeah.
There were a number of other great performances throughout your team. You, though, I named you first star of the game.
What?
I named you first
Did
star of
you
the game.
really?
I absolutely did. I'm not even being silly.
Wow.
I was floored with your athletic prowess out there.
Yeah.
I had you down at 15 or 16 saves.
That's good.
1 goal allowed.
Yeah, short side, off the shoulder, short side. I wasn't happy with the goal, but
It was a nice goal. He beat
was
you
a nice
clean
goal.
upstairs. He
yeah.
put it right
No,
in
it hit
that
my
little
shoulder
window.
and went in. Anyway.
The Vegas bookmakers, we were joking, would have absolutely hated me. I had the over-under
know
set
you
at
did.
6
I
and
know.
a half.
I know.
And your backup let in more than you did, Clarkey.
Yeah,
I have
why
to
he's the
tell you.
backup.
What a
I'm kidding.
what
Vladdy's
a
good.
tremendous
Vladdy's good.
Ego was great.
Yeah.
He did a great job. He only let 2 in. He made some big saves at the end there, too.
For sure.
HMP victorious over Jayden's Mechanical. I'm sure you guys are happy about that.
Oh,
the bragging rights
We've been
and everything.
celebrating for a while, man. But
Wow.
no, like seriously, I did pretty good, didn't I?
I named your first star.
No,
It
I
was
know. I just want to
incredible.
hear that again.
Yeah, I named you
it's
first
awesome.
star. It was incredible
It's
stuff.
awesome.
I'm very
Yeah.
impressed.
Did you see the
with
guy
your
poke my
performance.
glove down here at the end?
I did.
I
yes.
was kind of perturbed at that.
Yeah,
but I let it go.
I was
I let it
expecting
go.
a Billy
I
Smith.
looked at the score and it was 5-6-1.
Exactly.
I thought, okay.
You can let that go.
I'll let it go. Yeah.
Now, one thing that we can't let go, and obviously this is a big part of our show, is our golf picks. It is Masters
We're
week.
moving on from my performance.
Well,
Yes,
how
it's over.
do we
It's
need
okay,
to?
it's
No,
I'm just
we're going to
teasing you.
continue with it. But the Masters picks.
Yeah.
Now,
yeah.
if everyone remembers, Doigie had first pick, and a couple of weeks ago when we had him on the show to talk about Rory and warming up for the Masters, can he do it? He wasted no time.
Yep.
He won the last golf pick-off,
Yeah.
and he wasted no time in naming Rory
Well,
his
he
first
picked him
pick.
3 weeks ago.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
This
Sorry,
has
did
been
I
a
miss
long,
that? I was reading my phone.
It's
Sorry.
been a long burn. Yeah, he's got a lot of texts from fans.
Yeah, I do. I'm trying
It's
to
been a
answer
long
them
burn.
all.
Producer Adam has the picks here. Now, Ian, of course, with
Yep.
the first pick,
Yep.
took Rory. He's also got Xander Schauffele, Corey Connors, who was just rampaging
I hate
down
to
the
say it. I
leaderboard.
had him next. I was picking him, but
I wanted to pick him too.
Yeah,
but
I thought he was going to have
Corey,
a good round.
here's the thing with Corey, though. He starts off well. He
I
can
know.
never
It's okay.
finish.
Well, let's see. Let's say
want
never.
him to.
Don't say never.
No,
and also
I want him
he's
to.
he's on my long-term team for this year. So
He
I
is,
like
yeah.
to see
He's
that.
on your FedEx Cup
My
team.
FedEx
so
Cup,
I
yeah.
would love to see Corey win, obviously. If it's not going to be Rory, I would love it to be Corey, obviously. And Justin
Rory,
Thomas
Corey,
also is on Doigie's team, rather. Clarkey's got Scheffler, who had a good start to
I'm
his
so
day.
happy with my team, to be honest with you. I think I could have 4 of the top 10 guys.
Bryson DeChambeau. You've got Rom,
Yeah.
a green jacket winner, of course, and Joaquin Neiman. I'm rolling with Auberg. Morikawa had an eagle. I mean, he was absolutely shredding it up to start his round 2. I've got
Yep.
Lowry and Sung JM. I'm really happy with my team.
You picked last, right?
I did pick last for the
'Cause you
first
finished
time
last.
I think maybe
I
ever.
think I'm the reigning Masters champ. I think I won the Masters last year.
You did, if
I
I'm
think
not
I
mistaken,
did.
and it's the
Yeah.
only event you've ever
Yeah.
So it looks
Yeah.
okay for you so
Yeah.
far.
Yeah.
There's our Masters picks. Interested to see how that all shakes out.
Yeah.
But, man, oh, man, interesting start to the day. And, of course, we would love to see Corey win. Everybody's eyes are on Rory. He was all right to start. Like an average day, Rory heats up usually on Saturday at this event traditionally, and it would be nice to see him be able to finish something off. But let's move on. That's about all we can do really for the Masters.
Yep.
I mean, we don't have Doigie with us.
No.
And
Doigie's in Florida.
Doigie's in Florida, and we're recording this on Thursday. So, I mean, we've only really seen the opening round, and I want to get back to your performance, though, because
so do
I'm shocked. I'm genuinely shocked, and I cannot wait for you to hear
That's what I was
the
just gonna say.
play-by-play
I
playback.
can't wait to.
Because, look, I consider myself a professional.
Yeah, you
and
are
I
a
showed up.
professional. You get
I
paid
showed
to
up.
do this.
Yeah, I showed up here, and I put some serious work in.
Mm-hmm.
I had some people laughing in the crowd. I think
Good,
I did a good
good.
job. And I can't wait for you to hear some of the praise that we were heaping on you, because we were legitimately blown away in naming you first star It was really incredible stuff. But really, though, and what I want to talk to you about in particular, outside of your very impressive performance, is the fact that the real first star is the community, because this whole thing was about the food bank, and really cool to, you know, have HMP, McCann's, Jayden's Mechanical, and of course Huron Tractor all involved in this. I was out there. I talked to the executive director of the Huron County Food Bank Distribution Center, Mary Ellen Zielman, and she was thrilled. I mean, they had the 2 gators out there. They were piled with food. There's hundreds of pounds of food out there. It's really, really cool to be involved with something like this. I know we're all smitten over your Mike Palmetier-esque performance, but really, really cool. Really cool to be involved with this, Clarkey. Like, awesome.
Hopefully it's a sign of things to come. We can do it bigger and better next year. Not that it wasn't this year, but hey,
it's packed in here.
Let's build on it. It was packed. I tell you, I got a little tired in warm-up, and I thought, because I watched the warm up of the Huron Tractor McCann game, and I said to you watching it, I'm like, do you see these guys firing the puck? I am in serious trouble.
There's some serious shots out there.
Serious trouble.
Man.
There was. But when I settled in, and I play at this rink a lot, so it's my home rink.
Yeah.
So I was used to the angles. Now I'll tell you what. I don't know if you can see on the ice, but this end where I started, the lines are very, very faint compared to this end.
Yeah, I know what
and
you
when
mean.
I switched ends, at one point during the game, I said to myself, I can't get my angles because I can't see the lines very well. Anyway, that's my excuse for the short side. But when I came down here and shut them out for those 5 minutes, I was good. But
I thought for a sec they were going to leave you in. I thought
well,
they were going to leave
the
you in for a
problem
second.
was the plan all along was to split it, but then a power play happened right when I was supposed to go out.
Yes.
So I'm like, some of the guys on the ice were like, no, stay in just for the power play, because you don't want to bring a cold goalie in, and I get it. Like, that's a tough spot. If it were me on the bench, I probably would have said,
they steward him.
They did, but he came up big.
He was unbelievable. He
came
didn't
up
let a
big,
goal
too.
in on that power play.
No,
And you guys,
no.
I'll say this, the HMP squad, serious defensive maneuvering
Braden
out there.
Erb diving for the puck.
That was unbelievable.
That was a sure goal. He knocked the wind out of himself.
And if it wasn't you that was first star with all those saves you made,
Yeah, but it was.
Bryson
But it was.
It was you.
Yeah.
But Bryson was fantastic.
Cody
He had
Bryson,
He had 2 goals.
Yeah,
He was
good guy.
He was unbelievable.
Yeah.
And I was really impressed with how defensively sound your team was.
They were very. I gave him a little, pep talk before the game. Like, guys, we need to buckle down. I didn't have a breakaway. I don't think there was a 2-on-1 on me. Maybe a 2-on.
There was a brief 2-on-1,
Yeah.
and you made a save on it.
Yeah, and then there was a shot down this end that hit the crossbar. That's all he had, though. I was pretty sure I had all the angles covered.
That's right.
That's
yeah.
all he had, and then I dove on the puck. I was actually happy with myself to pick up the puck right away off that crossbar, and then the ref.
Adam was blown away
I'm
by
covering it up. I'm like, why isn't the whistle going? I'm thinking I'm looking like a fool that the puck actually went in, I'm pretending I'm covering it up.
It was a late
But
whistle.
it was, and the ref, he apologized to me. He said, sorry for the late whistle. I'm like, dude, I just didn't know if there was anyone around me, and I wasn't giving up the puck.
I was a little disappointed, though, that you didn't turn around and give your post a little pat there, because he saved you there.
But that's all the guy had. That's all I gave him.
Absolutely.
That's all I gave him.
There's
no
right
use
to gloat.
spending any energy when you know it's going to hit the crossbar.
So, as we move on to discuss some things in the sports world, obviously it's now official. Vladdy Jr. is a $500 million man. And as we record this on Thursday, I'm trying not to jump out of my shoes right now. He signs this deal. They put out this, big video with him narrating it, which was cool, like really well done and whatever. As we record this, they wrapped the series up at Fenway against the Red Sox.
Sweep.
And they lost the game in extra innings. They lost the game in extra innings. They almost swept them. 4-3 they lost.
Oh, yeah.
Vladdy didn't play. And I just... they couldn't DH him? What's going on here? You can't sign a $500 million contract and not play. I'm floored by the stupidity of this. And
it's a sign of things to come. Just get ready. It's
Well,
load management.
You can't do that with this guy. He plays all the
Load
time.
management.
And he's a gold glover.
I told
Like,
you before.
can't do this.
Baseball's a very strenuous sport.
I don't.
You can't go up there for 4 dimes and try to swing a bat.
Listen.
Like, seriously, it's ridiculous.
And it's not his fault, but it's a bad precedent to set right away with this contract. And the reason I say that is I'm thrilled he's staying, and I'm thrilled the Blue Jays are keeping Vlad. It's just he now has all the pressure on him. The pressure is off the front office in terms of him and keeping homegrown talent around. They gave him everything. I'm sure Ed Rogers had something to do with saying, just get this done, give him the $500, because it's an obscene amount of money.
Yeah.
I'm glad he's staying on one hand, but to see something like this happen right after is so bizarre. And the top 3 hitters in their lineup, Bichette, Guerrero, Santander, no home runs.
None. 0.
No home runs right now.
But they're in first place.
That's unacceptable to me. And
it is, but they're in first place.
He needs to understand that he has it made in the shade having this deal in a place like Toronto. Because if he had signed this deal somewhere like Boston,
New York,
Philly, New York, they would be eating him alive right now. And again, we've said it before, at least I have, he's a traditional slow starter. I understand that. You can't sign a deal like this and not start jacking home runs. Someone said to me the other day, they were like, well, we'll give him patience. He's playing in a lot of cold weather games right now. And I said, Aaron Judge has 6 home runs.
They played inside.
Aaron Judge has 6 home runs, and he plays in New York. It's cold there.
Yeah,
I don't know if you
torpedo bat.
Pete Alonso, when they were playing the Mets, destroyed them with a monster jack. Don't give me cold weather. Get your bat on the ball. Oh, well, he's hitting the ball hard. We can't be having discussions like that about this guy. I love Vladdy. He's a baseball freak. He plays every day, except today.
No, he doesn't play every day.
And when he does play, he's a Gold Glove level caliber first baseman defensively.
Yeah.
I don't want to hear anything for ages about how hard he's hitting the ball. It better be hard and up and out of stadiums. If he doesn't hit 35 home runs a year for at least the first 7 years of this contract, it is a disaster, and he is going to get crushed. Clarkey.
I think we better get used to this. I honestly, I think
for his sake, he better hope
Teddy
not.
Rogers, who I think probably stepped up, not Ted.
Ed.
Yeah. Ted didn't step up.
No.
Ed Rogers.
Yeah.
I think he was the one who got this done. And
I would assume so, too.
I think they are, as much as they're getting praise right now, and the heat's off them, as you said, give it a year. Give it a year, give it 2 years. The Heat's going to be right back on this front office if they're around. This is probably going to save their jobs for next year. They're probably going to get 90 wins and finish in 4th, but
they're not going to finish in 4th with 90 wins.
How many?
They would be look. Here's the fact of the matter now.
They need 100 wins. They're going to get 90 wins.
I think now, they probably need something more like 90, 93, 94.
To make the playoffs.
Potentially to win this division.
Oh, come on.
I think they could win this division with 93,
With 93,
94
let's
wins.
mark that down. I think it's going to take more than that.
Yeah, I think you're discrediting how good some of the other teams in the division are.
No,
and
I'm
how
not
tight it'll
discrediting.
be.
I'm saying that the other teams are going to win 100 games.
I think Baltimore could, but even they're stubbing their toe a little bit. Look, the point is, it will have saved their jobs because they'll turn around and go, look, we signed the star homegrown talent guy. The onus is all on him now to be a big performer. He cannot, at the end of the year, have like 26 home runs, 90 RBI. This guy needs to be a 950 OPS guy plus, preferably a 1-dot. He's got to hit bare min 30 jacks a year. And have like 110 RBIs. You cannot have the third biggest contract ever signed in Major League Baseball history and not put up extremely solid, reliable, big guy numbers. You can't do it.
He's been a very streaky player.
I understand that,
So he can come out of it. Now I'm going to defend him a little bit. Like, he had an unbelievable second half of the season last year.
He was insane.
Unbelievable.
From the start of June on.
Yeah, for sure.
He was nuts.
And now he just has to do it at the start of May on now with that big contract. But maybe not. Maybe he just counts his money and says, I'm just going to pour money. I'm going to pour the water bottle over or the Gatorade. I
don't
was
think-
waiting for that to happen tonight, but
Were you waiting for me to come do it?
Yes.
I don't think he's the type of guy to like settle and take his foot off the gas. It's just that he needs to push
see.
the gas pedal in further than what we've seen out of him before.
And here's the other
you can't
thing.
have starts like this.
Here's the other thing, and I know you probably don't care because you don't care about these things. No more translator. Okay, he's been around long enough. He's comfortable speaking English. I think he's very good at it. No more translator.
He did a good job on the video that he narrated too. Like and
it's
he,
different.
He had that great message.
Anyway,
I know
please,
it's
no
different.
more translator, Vladdy. You're good. You're fine.
He is.
PR's got to tell him. You don't
He
need
is-
a translator.
He is totally
Just do
fine.
the interview.
Well,
with
yeah, when
Hazel
you make
May.
that type of cheddar, it's got to be.
Yeah.
I don't know. I genuinely hope things go great, obviously, and I'm thrilled that he's sticking around. It's just like a confusing thing to me when I look at the start. Really, the start, and it's incredible. I guess glass half full guy. It's incredible that you consider the Jays have the record they do right now, where they're over 500. They're right up there, tied for first, and their top three hitters don't have home runs.
Good. That's a good sign.
Bonkers.
It's a good sign.
Their depth got George Springer's out of his mind.
Yeah.
George Springer looks 27 years old.
I thought when he ran into the wall the other day, I thought, oh boy, we're in trouble. But
And he
he bounced back. It's good. No, they're in a good spot because those three guys you talked about haven't produced, but the team has. They're winning.
Yeah.
So
The
those
pitching's
guys
been
get
good too.
The pitching's
Easton
been outstanding.
Lucas. Easton Lucas has been unbelievable.
Yeah, I know.
12 or 13 innings and no earned runs. How about
Pretty
this
good.
kid?
That's pretty good.
And I mean, it
doubt.
speaks to the continued brilliance of Pete Walker being able to pick guys out and go,
It
that
is.
guy can pitch for us. I mean,
Yeah.
that's something
How's
that
Max
they've always
Scherzer
had.
doing?
Max Scherzer, he's got a bad thumb.
Oh, he's hurt.
He's got a bad lat.
I forgot.
Well, that's why Easton
I forgot.
Lucas.
Can we replay that when they signed him, please? I said he wouldn't last a week. Anyway,
That's why
let's
Easton
see.
Lucas
Absolutely.
has gotten this opportunity, and it's great, and we'll see what becomes of Alek Manoah, obviously. Let's move on, talk a little bit about hockey.
Yes.
Leafs stubbed their toe
Well, me,
against
like,
Florida.
no 5-hole goals. Did you notice?
No 5-0 goals.
Were
No,
you
were-
looking? Were you watching for that? What were you going
I
to
was
say? Because you
waiting.
said to me, you just wait when you allow a 5-4 goal. I got something to say.
I look.
You
I
want to
was just
hold
gonna,
it till next year.
Yeah, I was gonna make like a comment, and I'm gonna hold on to it.
Okay, hold on to it. Yeah.
I'm gonna hold on to it.
Yep,
and,
we're gonna
and
send.
it doesn't
you
matter.
said before the game off air, we're gonna send it to Pooley because Pooley's always bugging you about your 5-hole.
Yeah.
Send the whole game
we
to
should
Pooley.
send the whole game to Pooley.
We should.
How about
I'm
that?
gonna send him the link.
Congrats to the Ottawa
Yeah.
Senators for making the playoffs too.
Congrats,
Pooley. How about that?
Yeah.
We'll
Yeah.
get him on soon.
Yeah.
Listen.
Speaking of the Senators,
The Leafs.
crash course with the Leafs. Like they're on a collision course.
They
First
are, as long
round.
as the Leafs do their job here
Well-
and stay ahead of the Tampa Bay Lightning.
Yep.
4 games left. They got to knuckle down.
Yep.
Win probably at least 2 of them. Tampa's hot. They're right on their
They
heels.
are.
But, after the poor performance, especially from their stars against Florida this week, they were terrible. Their star players
but-
were a joke.
Yeah.
They went toe-to-toe with Tampa and did a great job. Matthew Nyes,
They match
this
up
kid
well.
has turned into – they got to keep him. They got to just sign him.
Yeah.
They got to keep him. A hat trick, his second career hat trick, second one this year, overtime winner, and Stolar's
What
save.
a pass. Like
You looked like Stolar's, or should I say Stolar's looked like you. It was earlier in the week on that save on Braden Point in overtime. That was unbelievable.
Yeah.
And then Nyes goes down and scores the hat
I
trick
wish I
goal.
had one big glove save tonight. I didn't really. I
Well,
made one.
You
I
had
made
the
one or
high
two.
heater from
Yeah,
the
I think it was
point,
probably
but I
going
mean,
wide,
like you
but-
could say, I think it was on net.
You think? Okay.
Yeah, it was on
Anyway,
net,
yeah.
and you handled it. I mean, there was no traffic or anything.
I'd love to see the replay on that, but no, I
well,
saw
we've
it.
got the whole game, man.
Yeah, exactly.
We've got the whole
Anyway,
game.
not talking about me. It's not about me.
You feeling good about your Leafs?
Oh, I
Feeling
thought you
good?
about my game. Yeah,
You
I'm
should feel
playing-
good about your game.
So here's the deal. Like I know predictions are coming up next week on the show probably about first round matchups. Hopefully we have them all set.
Yeah, we'll do a
at the
bracket.
time.
Yeah, we'll do a bracket.
I have said all season. I'm not going to pick the Leafs. I'm going to go like opposite. I'm going to say no. The Leafs are going to lose in the first round. 'Cause every year I pick them to win
Don't
the
do
first round.
that. Just like it's goofy and just
I
pick
know,
the Leafs.
but I pick
Leafs
the
in
Leafs every
5.
year and they don't do it.
Leafs in 5.
They're 0 for 3 against Ottawa this season, but
That's the regular season.
I agree, and if we go back to the early 2000s and late 1900, 1990, whatever it was when they played them, they didn't beat them in the regular season.
Yeah,
then
they didn't
beat
do
them in the
well
playoffs.
against them in the regular season.
They never
beat
have,
them.
but they've never lost them in the playoffs.
It would go to 7 games.
Bless you,
though.
boys. We've had a bless you, boys. We've had some good efforts against. Don't you remember?
Yes.
Bones? Bless you, boys. That was against the Sens, because the Sens were favored. Like they had the momentum on their side going into that series.
Yeah.
But they just got to do it. They
Well,
have
yeah,
to
and I
do
mean,
it.
and whether it's Ottawa or Montreal or whoever it is,
Yeah, they have
or
to
if
do
they
it.
slide into the 2-hole and end up playing Florida, Tampa, whatever. Yeah,
Yeah.
they just have to beat whoever's there.
They do. They just have to win. It's not going to be easy, no matter who they play. They have to win. Just win.
And their big guys have got to play
For
playoff
sure.
hockey. Their big guys have got to play playoff
no
hockey.
doubt about it.
So,
Yeah.
do we want to get into the big news in hockey? Do we want to talk about the big news in the hockey world? Or do you have anything else that you need to get off your chest in Leafland? Is there something?
No.
Can I take
Go
over
ahead.
here?
Yeah, go ahead. I'm just going to sit back and watch.
No, it's.
Are we going to roll your video?
We will do. Well, we'll
Okay,
see that
that's your,
later. Just
that's
wait,
your-
man.
Yeah. Are you
Wow.
okay? Have you recovered?
Yeah. I'm great.
Anyone,
man.
just watch, just wait and see
I'm.
the Drury reaction to the goal.
I
Kate and Drury.
feel 2 or 3 inches taller.
Wow.
This week,
Wow.
man. It's just incredible.
I kept thinking, is this overboard, or is this what I would do? I don't know.
What my reaction
Your
to him
reaction,
doing it?
yeah.
Well, I mean, look, I'm the most passionate Capitals guy.
For sure.
I love Ovi, and I mean, I just feel like if you don't have that type of passionate reaction, look, we'll see it on the show here, but like that reaction is a lifetime of passion and joy watching this guy
I get
be the best goal scorer now of all time, definitively, inarguably. He already was, but now he owns the record, and that was just a lot of passion. Look, like when that lockout happened that wiped out what would have been his rookie season at 19, because he came in as a 20-year-old, obviously. I was kind of up in the air on whether I wanted to even keep watching hockey. I was so pissed off with the NHL and just kind of, and he reignited not only mine, but a lot of people's passion. Him and Sid coming in together is the best thing that's ever happened to the NHL business-wise. The blank check that him and Sid have cashed for the National Hockey League, those two guys coming in together, being in the same division, playing each other in the playoffs a lot, the back and forth of both those guys has been incredible. And I want to also shout out, Sid breaking the points per game season record. That's ridiculous. The fact that the two of them have done this for so long, are old guys now and are still doing incredible things, and both of them are still top-end first-line players is insane. But for Ovi to break that record, shooting for his entire career against the hardest goaltenders of all time is absolutely bonkers. He's the greatest, man. He's the greatest of all time. And no one can take that away from him, which is really incredible.
Don't worry.
I'm genuinely waiting for like
I
a
know you
rebuttal
are.
or something,
No,
but
no.
it's.
No.
I think that
When you combine playoffs and regular season, who has the record?
well, Gretzky does
Oh,
still,
okay.
but Ovi actually really isn't that far away. It's over 1,000 for. I think it's 1,069.
Now,
for
here's
Wayne.
my question for you. There's no doubt he's the best. How far does he go? Is he going to get to 1,000?
Yeah, producer Adam was asking me about that. I don't know. He's 39. He'll be 40 at the start of next
nearly
year.
40 goals this year. Why would he shut her
I
down?
know, 42. It's incredible.
42
I know.
already, yeah.
Like, it's at least another year.
Yeah.
It's just what appetite does he have to keep playing?
He's going to try for 1,000 for sure.
He might, he'll soar past 900. He's got 2 little kids. He's got a lot of family back in Russia. He has always said that he would love to be able to play at least 1 year at the end of his career for Dynamo, where he got his start,
Yep,
and of course
I
where
know.
his dad was a soccer player.
Yep.
His dad, Mikhail, who unfortunately, passed away a couple years ago and was unable to witness this in person. I'm sure he was watching from above and was very, very proud. And he can take this as far as he wants. I mean, he'd have soared past 50 this year without the broken leg. Like, this guy broke his leg and has 42 goals. He's third in the NHL in goal scoring. He'd be first if he hadn't broke his leg. It's your boy Wild Bill, Willie Nylander's second. He might hit 50. He could do it. He's got 46 as we
I don't
record
care.
this, I believe.
The
No, it doesn't matter.
I just want him,
it's incredible
I just
that
want
he's
them to
doing
win
that.
in the playoffs. Like, I don't care. I don't care that
Exactly.
Austin Matthews had an off year. I don't care. I really don't care.
Heard a
I
lot.
don't care if Mitch Marner gets 100 points. I don't care. I just want them to win.
And you shouldn't.
Like, we've seen great seasons by these guys. 69 goals, 99 points. We've seen great seasons.
For Austin, too,
But that's regular season, man.
It's regular
season. You know
season.
what it's like.
Yep.
You do know what it's like.
I do know what it's like,
They
dude.
got to win.
They have
and
they
you
have
know
to
what?
win, yeah.
They got a great chance to win. They're the second best team in the East, and they're playing really well right now. Take away that Florida game. They just got to win. Like, they just got to win.
Are they the second best team in the East?
Points-wise? Well, they got to close.
Points-wise, yeah. They
Well, who
got to
would you put
close. They
ahead
got
of
to
them?
close. Man,
Carolina?
And it's only Carolina's
Florida?
goaltending. The
Well, I
only
mean, you
reason,
can't say- I
going
get
into a
it, I
playoffs
get it.
right now, if they're playing Florida or Tampa, I'm picking them to beat the Leafs because I need to
Not
see
Tampa.
them
I think
do
they'll play
it.
Tampa. I think they'll beat Tampa. They beat Tampa last time they won the first round. It was Tampa.
They
can
did, but
play
that was a
Tampa.
different Tampa team. They've
it's a
reloaded.
different Leaf team. You can't tell me it's not a different Leaf team. The back end on this team is way better.
It is better.
Way better.
And
The
goaltending's
goaltending is
too.
way better.
But this Tampa team is different in that they're more rested than that Tampa team was. They don't have the injury concerns that Tampa team had. Gensel has
Tampa
been a
had
revelation.
a big game last night. That
Oh, I
was a
understand
big
that.
game for both teams.
I'm not taking anything away from your Leafs.
Second best in the conference.
They got to close that. They've had an amazing
sure.
season. They're a top team in the league. There's no question about that. In this regular
and
season.
now they got to finish.
It's
they gotta
just
keep
that
going.
I look at the winning pedigree of teams around them, let alone within their own division, and I look at that and go, I'm not ready to say they're better than Tampa until I see them do something in the playoffs. 3 straight Stanley Cup finals for Tampa. They won 2 of them, and I know that was a...
Who won last time they were in the playoffs? You can't give me history and then say the Leafs didn't beat them last time they played in the playoffs.
They did beat
them.
They beat them. They did, but
anyway, we'll see.
Then they got thunderclapped by Florida.
Yes, they did. Thank you
yes,
for the reminder.
they did.
That's fine. We're not talking about Florida. I'm worried about Florida. Florida's the team would not want to play.
I just
I'll
hope
take
that they're
Montreal.
not
I'll
worried
take
about
Ottawa. I'll take Tampa. I do not want Florida. They're 3 up as we record. 3 up.
I just hope
Leafs-
that's not their attitude. And it shouldn't be. And you wouldn't think so with Craig Berube back there.
No, for sure. For sure. Anyway,
So
Leafs,
I'm genuinely wondering what it'll be like.
Leafs have
Like
Montreal Saturday, Carolina Sunday, the Wings, and
Columbus one more time, I
Maybe.
think, do they? Yeah, either way.
They just got. They're in
it's
control.
Of course they're in control.
They're
absolutely in control
of their own destiny here.
They are.
They've got to finish it out. First place in the division has been a key and a goal. Now it's playoff time. Let's
Absolutely. All right. We'll take a quick break here. We'll come back, wrap things up at the South Huron Rec Center on an incredible night here for the Huron County Foodbank and an incredible night for Clarkey. An incredible night for Clarkey. We'll wrap things up with the Couch Potatoes next here on Instigating. Wrapping things up here on Instigating with Clarkey and Drury again on a wonderful night here at the South Huron Rec Center. Thanks to them for hosting us here in South Huron. And
First star.
Clarkey, yep, you were first star. Absolutely. Let's wrap things up as always with the Couch Potatoes. You always go first, so I'll let you do that. I mean, who's going to be your Couch Potatoes?
I want to just put everyone on my team.
Huron Motor
It was
Products.
a team effort. Yes,
Yeah,
maybe
it
I
was.
was named first star. I could have named a bunch of people first star. There was a lot of great efforts out there. I'm glad you named me the first star, but I could have named anyone.
You deserved it,
everyone
man.
had a great game.
You deserved it.
I was really impressed.
Good
I
team
thought we were
game.
pretty good.
You guys
And you know
played
what?
a good team
Here's
game.
the best thing. The best part about tonight.
Yeah.
I didn't have one puck at my head in the warm-up.
Yeah, no.
Not
you
one.
were-
Everyone was. We're warming up Clarkey. We're warming up Ego.
Everything
Boom,
came
boom.
up Clarkey tonight.
No headshots. Thank you. Thank you. The worst part about playing men's league is when one guy whizzes one by your head in the warm-up.
Oh, for sure.
What are you doing? If you want to whiz one by, do it in the game or go to the glass and shoot against glass. Anyway, no one did it. Thank you to all my teammates, and thank you to all the organizers who made a great, fun, memorable night for me tonight.
Absolutely.
First
A lot of fun. First star for Clarkey. All right. I don't think it's a big surprise what my couch potato is. I mean, it's Ovi and what Ovi did, but bigger than that, my girlfriend Kate, who, unbeknownst to me, recorded our reaction to him scoring Sunday against the Islanders, breaking the record. And again, you know, like Kate and I, we met because of the Capitals. Our first date was to the Hockey Hall of Fame in 2018, and she hugged the cup, which I was so perturbed by. I was like, I can't believe that you did that in my Capitals sweater that I let her borrow on our first date. And she hugged the cup, and I was like, oh, I don't know about that. And then they won the cup, and that was incredible. But this is a big thing for us. I'm sure a lot of people have seen it on social media, Kate recording our reactions. We didn't get to watch the cup win together. That was the night of the provincial election, Game 5 against Vegas. I had to work. And God bless Steve Saber and my boss at the time in the newsroom. He let me watch it, but I didn't get to be together with Kate to see that. I didn't get to be together with her to see him tie it at 8:94. I was covering the Hanover Barons playoff game. But Sunday, we got to be together, sit down, watch, and producer Adam, this is what happened. Play it.
Strome crisscrossing with Chikrin through center. Send in Wilson on the flank. Cross ice. Ovechkin fires. Yes! The Chiefs! Alex Ovechkin is the greatest goal scorer in the history of the
up on their feet as they should be, cheering on Alex Ovechkin. The Islanders are leaving the bench to come and congratulate him. There is going to be a ceremony that's going to be unbelievable. Yeah. He has done something that no one thought would ever be broken. It was considered unattainable.
There you have it.
Okay, bud?
Yeah, I'm good.
Good.
I was so happy.
What's better?
Happy about that.
Cup's better, though, right?
The cup was, of course, the cup was better.
Yeah.
That was as close to as good as that as you can get.
Sure.
To see a favorite athlete of yours break a significant record like that, I'm sure that was like that back in the day when Hank Aaron broke Babe Ruth's home run record. I love that clip, everybody running onto the field. And, when you see an athlete that you love genuinely, and I love Ovi more than anybody, do something like this, special.
Yeah,
Special.
You're not gonna
and be able to be able to watch it with Kate, very, very special.
There you go.
There you go.
Congratulations.
Yeah, congrats, Ovi. Good stuff. All right. That's it for the show this week. Thanks to the South Huron Rec Center for hosting this great event. Remember, donate to the Huron County Food Bank or whichever local food bank is in your area. They can definitely use your help. Great job tonight by everybody here in Exeter supporting the Huron County Food Bank Distribution Center. Remember, you can watch the show Friday nights at 8, Sunday nights at 9 with our friends on Whiteman TV. That's channel 6 for Whiteman subscribers. We debut on our YouTube channel Friday nights at 9. You can catch the podcast version on all your favorite podcast apps. Follow us on social media at Instigating Pod. I'm Ryan Drury. That's First Star Clarkey, and we will be back next week with more Instigating.
You really named me first, huh?
Yeah.